to get back. I be focused on my focus, it's time to shut it down. Couple rack packs go up.
What are you doing? Are you in LA now?
I am, yeah.
Oh, right, that's right. You live out there now?
I do, yeah.
And you moved out there? Did you move out there?
I moved, yeah.
And you from Connecticut?
Yes, originally from Hartford, Connecticut, yeah.
Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah, where are you based out of?
I'm from Rockland County. I'm from New York. That's like upstate New York. That's like Yonkers. You ever been at the Palisades Mall? You went shopping there before?
Yeah, I went to school in New York, in Long Island, but all my homies was from everywhere. So I had friends from Yonkers. I had best friends from, all parts because we was in college. So yeah, I'm familiar. I went
How
shopping
long you
there
been in LA?
Almost 3 years.
All right. So you got a good feel for me? You aggravated? You annoyed yet?
Oh no.
I'm about to shout out to the real HighlyDishFunctional. I got your girl Brittany Crush. How'd you come up with that name?
Gosh, it's been so long. I played basketball growing up, and somewhere along the line, I had gotten the nickname Crush from like games and stuff. I really don't know. But yeah, my friends just started, just calling me that. And then I just knew when I had a stage name, I didn't want something completely different. And I just was like, I always imagine people saying Brittany. I don't want to have a whole different, persona. And then I added the Crush at the end. I was like, cool, people call me Crush anyway, so it's Brittany Crush.
And that's good because you're very pretty, you're a very beautiful girl. And didn't have the violence in there. Lets people know that you ain't messing around. How was you on the court?
I was good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I regret that. Well, I don't regret because I chose music. But when I was younger, my dad really pushed me. So like, he really was big on, you got to play with your cousins, your male cousins, and play with boys. And then my mom did too. But somewhere along, like in high school, when I really started falling for music, I wasn't really, putting it on the forefront anymore. And being from Connecticut, you got UConn Huskies. You got to live and breathe if you want to. So then I was like, dang, I mean, I was still starting 5, but my stats and stuff wasn't where I could get a full scholarship. Not in
that was high school, right? What
high school.
Grade was that? Was it because of Dick? Did you start getting Dick?
No. No.
Usually that's how it happens. Me and my high school sweetheart, she fell off. As soon as she started getting this Dick, she just flew off the radar.
No, I actually had a strict mother, so I wasn't doing none of that in high school. So that wasn't happening to me yet. I was a late bloomer. No, it really was music, because what happened was I ended up going to a performing arts school and they didn't have a basketball team. So I played ball for the public school I would have went to if I didn't audition. So now you got this performing arts school that wants me to be in rehearsals from 4 to 8 p.m. But then it's like my public school, like those were the ballers and stuff. I couldn't really do both live. So I would tell my rehearsals and like I was part of the jazz choir and gospel choir, like, hey, I got a game. Wow. But eventually I kind of had to pick a life, and music was looking way better. People were talking about scholarships and, doing stuff after college more. So I was like, I think music is going to be my route. So
what school did you go
to? For college?
Mm-hmm.
I went to 5 Times College in Long Island.
Right. I went to school too for a little while. I was an athlete. Things didn't work out for me. Things just went south.
That's okay. What'd you do? Football?
Oh yeah, I was a football player. I was a football star growing up in high school. And then by the time I got there, I just decided to sell crack. And life just went south. So
no warning. You just gave it to me how it is, raw. That's
that's what we do here. Keep it raw. Let me tell you about HighlyDishFunctional, because we're gonna cover the bases. I want you to understand, we're all about negative to positive. You know what I'm saying? I can't change the things that I've been through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I only can talk about what I can do today and live off my experience. And some of those experiences are what? Highly dysfunctional. And America's highly dysfunctional at this point. So it's kind of like pushing things in America's face. But also, I can't change that I got multiple children. I can't change these things. But I'm a man trying to do better. And I know y'all gonna come for me when I make it because I believe in myself. So we call it highly dysfunctional. So we're gonna cover all the bases. Yeah, I did that. Great.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's keep going. So,
Mhm.
so you was singing early. So you said you went to school and you was in jazz. And your mom, you know one thing, your mom, I was talking to your mother, and that's so touching. Because me, I didn't have parents that was really supportive. And that was really that's why I really wanted to do this. And
Yeah.
because to see that and she was, connected and she's so care about you and so supportive. And we need more parents like that in the black community. I know
Yeah.
the work, America makes it hard on the black mother. And the men makes it hard on them too. Me
Right.
included, high dysfunctional.
Hmm.
So see your mom fighting for you the way you fighting for yourself too. You know what I'm saying? You put in the work too, man.
Hmm.
That's touching,
Hmm.
man. That's very touching. And that shit really inspired me right there. Cause she's a mother and she's behind you. She could have been like, man, fuck this shit. You gonna go over here and
Right.
be a
Yeah.
chemist. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the
Yeah.
government
Be a
said.
nurse. Right.
Right. So she been supporting you
Exactly.
from the beginning.
Beginning, no matter what I wanted to do. It's not just because I want to do music. And with my little sibling, she's the same way. Like my brother, he's really getting into cooking right now. And she's like, every other weekend I call and they whipping up homemade whipped creams and souffles. Oh, you ain't never did that. So he wants to be, he likes baking. So she's big on whatever you want to do. I'm going hard. I mean, even my friends call her mom and she go hard for whatever they're doing too. So I'm really blessed with that.
When's your
Seriously.
birthday?
June 30th. I'm a Cancer.
You're a
That's what
cancer.
you're wondering.
You're a cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
are you in a relationship right now?
I am. Yeah,
You got a boyfriend? How long y'all been together?
5 years.
For how does that work with this though? Because
He
5 years
he's a
ago you wasn't who
musician.
you was now, and how
Um.
does he respond to it? I mean, you're a
Well,
beautiful girl doing your thing. How does he respond to it? Is he in the industry
he's
or is he not?
He is, yeah. So
Oh,
he is, and he met me. He met me like this. So basically, we met like years ago when I was in school in New York and I was doing shows. I think I was opening up for Troy Ave, or I had some type of show, and I had a band, and we had just lost our guitarist. Like we wasn't vibing with him. He wasn't coming to rehearsals on time. So we was like, we need another guitarist. And so somehow someone referred me to him. He was doing stuff like 106 in Park and playing for K Michelle, and they was like, yo, he's really dope. And we were supposed to, but he was like, oh, I'm not actually from New York. So the rehearsals are gonna be crazy. You rehearse too often. I was rehearsing like every other day with my band, being a perfectionist. And he was like, I'm actually from Connecticut. I was like, oh, that's where I'm originally from. I'm just out here, in school and hustling and trying to get on. And so when I moved back home, after I got my degree, we connected, and so it's nice because he's always known me as the girl who sings, as Brittany Crush. So it's not like when sometimes you're in a relationship with somebody and then you're developing into yourself, and it's kind of hard for that person. But he already met me as someone going after their dreams, trying to be an artist. He met me with people under my comments and stuff like that. So and he gets it because it's similar to him. I mean, for men, it's different. Men, it's with the acolytes, but he sees when he posts, who he's playing for recently, and all of a sudden, it's a lot of more attention than, he had before. So his might not be physical appearance like it is for women, but he understands that.
So your background, you in the jazz and all that. Can I talk about your musical background for a minute?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like, what I'm saying, you got a lot of things going on. You ain't just pick up a
Mm-hmm.
mic and be like, so you really into
Mm-hmm.
this. Let's talk about it. Let's tell the people what's it about.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, I went to school. My mom started me off doing theater when I was 7. So that's how I got introduced to the stage. My mom was doing, like I wanted to act and stuff. So she would put me in Saturday acting classes. And then, with stage plays and acting and stuff, eventually you'll get introduced to musicals, right? Which is still acting, but, you're acting and all of a sudden you just break into song. And it was something about when I would be on stage singing, I was like, wait, I actually like that part the most. Like I'm ready for my song to break out. So then I was like, maybe music is what I really like to do. So I auditioned for my high school, just a performing arts high school, and I got in for the vocal department. And you kind of had to choose. The beginning years, everyone had to learn like opera, classical music. So I had to study that. And that helps with my breathing technique and my stance, my diaphragm, making sure that I'm not hurting myself. Like, you hear all these artists who they get known and in a year, 2 years, they on vocal rest or they talk. So
I
I
hear
already,
about that. I don't know how it
I
is 'cause I
learned,
can't sing, but yeah.
yeah, you can injure it, very easily. So I learned my technique from classical music and operatic styles. And then
And
I got
live
into the jazz
performance.
choir.
And
Yeah,
live
and live
performance is
performance.
your thing. You're not auto-tuned. You're not manufactured. This is your path. This is what you do. You sing live. I seen it. And you know, I let people hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm small too, and we all start. I'm starting from the bottom. And I let people hear your stuff. And you know, they said you sound like Beyonce. So who was your influences? What was they said it really did sound like, and I heard your other stuff. We're gonna talk about your music. We're gonna get to that in a minute, but I just want to start there to see where your influence come from. Because it didn't sound like that on your music, but I just want to let the viewers know.
Yeah, it's funny. People really think they like, I know you're a huge Beyonce fan. I'm not a fan, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I'm in the beehive, really. I mean, she's amazing. How can you doubt who she is? But she's not my person that I was studying. I guess we just have similar tones, and especially when I sing her songs, people are like, "Yo, this is B right here." So, but if you hear my own music, like you said, it's not really
definitely
like,
it definitely don't sound
different.
Like that.
Exactly. So, yeah, Patti LaBelle. My mom took me to Patti LaBelle concerts. I saw Lenny Kravitz. I loved Alicia Keys. I loved Tina Turner. Very weird, eclectic, like a very large variety.
So you had to put your style in a category. Who would you put it with?
I don't know. It gets hard. Jasmine Sullivan, Kehlani. I don't know.
Sullivan, big fan of Jasmine Sullivan.
That's my favorite singer of all time. So.
And I see like your album is called Chameleon, right?
Yes, my last album. Yeah.
What is that about?
At that time, I had a lot going on. I was hosting parties a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm being like, oh, you could
call you back. You can host mines too. I'm about to go into that too.
Let's go. Yeah. So I was doing that, getting little bags and hosting parties, but it was a very mixy scene. So I at the time, I felt like I had to be a chameleon. I had to like adapt to wherever I was from, to hustle, to make it work. It wasn't always my ideal setting. I mean, I'm a powerhouse vocalist. If I could be anywhere, it's probably not in the club. It's in the studio. You know what I'm saying? I really with some live guitars and drums, but I gotta hustle. So if I'm in the club right now, I gotta be a chameleon. We doing that. I'm the singer there, and that's kind of where I was in my life. So that's why I entitled that project that.
Yeah, I want to know about the chameleon because some people take chameleon wrong. Some people think chameleon is good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I happen to think it's good. Your people, your core group knows you. You know what I'm saying? So people take that as people being fake. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. I have a friend that's a chameleon. And you know what I'm saying? When we tell him that, he gets offended. He doesn't like it. We have unstable connection over here. But yeah, he doesn't like it. So I wanted to know your opinion of it. That's all. That was a personal thing for me. So
yeah.
So do you smoke weed? You out in LA, you smoke weed? We having problems.
I don't not only because, but
you know, you really said it again.
I don't just because I mean I don't like because this is what I need. You said it what?
We're good. Can I say it again?
Yes. Yeah, I really can't afford to, because this is my instrument, but it's definitely that's the scene that's always around in the studio. You can't get away from that. So, it is what it is, but I'm not like a stickler. I mean, if it's to the point where I can't breathe.
You and your man or whatever you out.
I did it, when I visited here, to be honest, when I visited here, we have visited his friends who lived here. They were from Connecticut too, but they've been out here for like 7 or 8 years. And he's like, yo, I want to introduce you to my homeboy. And it's one of those things where that's what they was doing. And I was just the girlfriend. I really didn't know nobody. So now I got to be the stiff person to be like, let me out the car. So, but the more that I started using my voice, like, the more I started using my voice, I'm like, I just can't. I mean, I don't want to miss out on the bag, and even little things like when I get a little bit of a scratch, I'm quick to get my apple cider vinegar. I got all types of drops because it's not something I do a little bit no more.
And this day and age, you gotta be on your shit.
You do, and you don't never know. Every time that I've been invited to the Staples Center, they don't give a lot of notice. So imagine, you know what I'm saying? You out there living and you're not thinking, and then you get that call in 3 days. You can't do nothing in 3 days. You smoked out.
So what's your background really? What are you?
I'm Puerto Rican and Black.
Puerto Rican? You speak Puerto Rican?
Don't say that. Do hablo español? Do I speak Spanish? Yeah, I speak Spanish. Not Puerto Rican.
Oh, educate me. Don't be offended. Don't do me like that. Educate me. Come on. All right. Speak Spanish. You said Puerto Rican, it came out. You're right. You're totally correct. I'm
Now,
wrong.
what sign are you? Because I have to know now.
I'm an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius Cancer. I'm an Aquarius Cancer. I have a Cancer
rising
background. I'm an eccentric Aquarius. I'm the eccentric Aquarius. Most Aquarius are reserved, calm, and I'm the aggressive eccentric one. I'm the most odd of all of them. I read it. I used to read it when I was in prison. When I was in prison, I used to study astrology, and it was way of me.
Aquarius is very.
It was way of me understanding myself, and I wanted, because I wanted to connect with people. I wanted the people to stop. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to know people as well as I wanted to know myself. So I used to study it, but then I got crazy with it, and then people were like, "Yo, you're bugging out," and then I left it alone. But every now and then I get a flashback, like, "Oh, what's your birthday?" Especially when I'm talking to a nice young lady like yourself, and it's always good to know a background. Like I said, we telling stories here. So, name some people you work with. What was your first thing when you knew that you was ready to do this for real? What was the first thing that happened when you knew that you was going to be this? What was the moment, a singing moment that happened and somebody gave you credit, or something happened, or a magical moment when you first took the stage? It could have been the stage, could have been your neighborhood. It could have been in front of your parents. And you knew that it was time. And you knew this was your dream. You knew it was your destiny.
I know it's my destiny. I think I performed for a showcase called Hot Chocolate Soul, which is presented by my brother June Archer. He works in Sony. He works with This Is 50. He does a lot of things. I call him my big brother because he's from Connecticut, but he moved to New York and really, made things happen for himself. And he just does this showcase back in Hartford for people from Connecticut to be able to network and still get in contact with him. So some people, when I started singing, people was telling my mom about him, like, no, you need to get her on June Archer's showcase because he has other ties with Sony and stuff. So if he likes her, whatever. So he called me and I had to sing on the phone or whatever. So funny. And he was like, yeah, you could come or whatever, sing Patti LaBelle. I want you to sing Patti LaBelle, If Only You Knew. And I just happened to know that song because my mom brought me to a Patti LaBelle concert when I was a kid. So I knew that song, and I did it, and that was my first standing ovation that I ever got in my life. I mean, people were just on their feet, and it was a big crowd, saying, encore. They wanted me to do another one, and that's when I was like, oh wow, like this is probably my calling, because I never got a standing ovation, and that's a big deal. There's people who still never got a standing ovation, an entire place building standing up to their feet at the end. There's a lot of people who don't get that in years and years of their career singing. So.
And like I said, this is about the journey. So it's important that people that try to diminish people's lives or diminish your own life. It's important to know about the journey that you take with yourself. I try to tell people life is a journey. And sometimes you can get in a crazy position and you have to realize that this is a journey. There'll be other days. There'll be other chapters. There'll be other things. Tell your story. Keep digging. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? I tell myself these things. I tell my kids these things. I tell people around me these things. And we all go through different phases, and it's quite all right.
Yep.
And that's the thing I wanted to know about. Another thing. So being that we're talking about the journey. So Brittany Crush, right now you're beautiful. You look like reserved, like you're about your business. What is the other side like? What is the other Brittany like? Like right now, you doing a show. You got your professionalism on. Let me get a little something. Let me get a little something.
I mean, I'm like a clown, like on my I'm super like telling jokes. I love to tell stories. So yeah, with my friends, I'm a clown. So retelling the story from back in the day, he's leaving the club and this girl was like, stuff like that, So yeah, I guess I kind of forget because I'm only like that with my friends and my close friends. But yeah, they say I'm jokes. They're like, Brittany, it's just jokes. I had to call you because I know you was gonna start joking and make me feel better. So I get that from my dad. My dad is like a big jokester.
So what kind of girlfriend is Brittany Spears?
She a crazy one. That's too funny.
Yo, shout out to the real. I did that. It happened. If this was a date and I called you the wrong name, I'd be officially finished.
No, it's cool. Finished. It's cool.
So Brittany Crush, what kind of girlfriend is Brittany Crush? What kind of lady is Brittany Crush? What kind of man is Brittany Crush? What is she interested in? Give it to me.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty high maintenance, not with material things, but I need a lot. I need a lot of attention. A lot. I think I drive my boyfriend crazy with the amount of attention that I need. Um, I don't like to share at all, not even a little bit, not even a tiny bit. If she thinks she anything, squash it. I don't want her even thinking she even got a friend over here. No, I'm kidding, kind of. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm super possessive and sensitive, and I feel like it comes with the fact that I have to do so much on a regular basis. So I'm constantly giving myself away, whether it's me writing for other artists or whether it's me in the studio or whatever. Yeah, so that's pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a crazy girlfriend, but I think my friends are like, yeah, Brittany's crazy. So make sure you know
So
what I'm
how long you
saying?
and your boyfriend been together?
5 years.
5 years. So that's right. You're dedicated. You got lungs. You got stamina.
Yeah.
That's stamina. Do you still find
hmm
other men attractive?
I don't. I mean, I feel like I know if someone's ugly, you know what I'm saying? Or I could be like, someone's handsome, but it's like weird. I'm a mental person. So to find another person attractive, no. I think we all have like I even tell my boyfriend, like, I know there's other beautiful girls. I don't think I'm the only beautiful woman. I think there's many beautiful
Does
women.
he
I
tell
see
you
women.
though? Does he tell you though? I want to know this.
No, no, because he knows me. He's not gonna be like, yeah, you right. He knows me so well that he's like, yeah, I'd be knowing not to agree with him because he be trying to throw tricks. So
That's what you do.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
You're helping me out. So women throwing tricks. All right, great. Because I'm dumb.
So
Women, so I'm dumb.
yeah, trying to see if you agree. Yeah, there's many beautiful women. Yeah, there are. Wait a
So
second.
we
Hold
shouldn't
up.
do that. So
No,
hold up, hold
don't
up.
agree.
So men shouldn't agree when you do stuff like that.
Mm-mm.
Because I would agree.
Mm-mm.
I would think that we
Right.
were bonding. I thought we was
Nope.
bonding. We're not
Mm-mm.
bonding.
Mm-mm. A test.
It's total test.
Testy.
So,
Testy. I'm testy.
so it's been 5 years. You're in the industry. You're mingling. I see you got, you know what I'm saying? I'm new to this too, but it's happening. And I
Mm-hmm.
see you doing different interviews. How is the industry? For me, it's weird. Dealing with the industry people is weird. So how is it being authentic and you go into the industry, you're dealing with your dreams, and you're dealing with people that don't get it sometimes. Then there's some that do get it. How do you deal with that? And you want to tell the kids and the young girls out there how to overcome that? Because a lot of time we're in the immediate gratification age.
Yeah.
Has to
Right.
happen like that. So
Mm-hmm.
so how do we what do we do with that? How do you deal with that?
Um, yeah, I
Young
don't,
people.
I would just tell them to make sure they're surrounded by people who genuinely support and love them, because all that trying to look for that outside or in the industry or on social media, it's not gonna happen. And if you do get it, it's fake love. It's love off of what you look like in that picture with your makeup, with your filter on. It's not real. So the more that I've gotten into my industry, the closer I've gotten with my friends and my family, because I need that genuine energy. I don't want to have to look for it, because it's crazy out there. And yeah, as a woman, I'm right there with you. It's weirdos completely surrounding this entire industry. Sometimes I'd be like, God, really? This what you wanted from me? Because I mean, it's inevitable at this point. I've done so many things that I know this is where God wants me to be, but sometimes I'm just like, this industry, we deal with stuff that no one would ever. If I was a law student, I would never have to deal with this.
Mhm.
I actually had a situation today. I was telling my boyfriend that actually, I'm not gonna name no names, but somebody in the industry, them, contacted me, and because I grew up, like I said, acting, and they wanted me to do a sitcom with them and play their daughter, because the age gap is pretty big, so that would make sense. And so they were talking about asking, oh, excuse me, my battery, asking if I had an agency, whatever, so have you. And then what ended up happening was they told me to text them. I texted them and they was like, yeah, I'm in Atlanta right now. And I was like, okay, cool. And it was like, pull up, come through. But the vibe was very like, no business, no more, no work, just like, come through. Like, and I'm just being oblivious for what, what's going on. We doing the meeting, or what you trying to do? Should I bring the script? And I was like, no, I need you, to pull up. And it's just like, what happened? Like all that we was talking about. I mean, if that's what you was on, you could have just did that from the beginning. We don't wasted all this time, all these weeks, all this brainstorming.
Mhm.
And that's not what you're here for. So I mean, that sucks.
And how
And
do you
then it
tell
sucks
women
because
to
it's
deal
some.
with that? How do you tell them to be strong and be confident with yourself? Because I want to.
That's why.
It's always a psychological component. So how do you tell women how to be in touch with themselves to deal with that? Because you got to be strong here as well as here to deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
So you got to just brush it off, right? Because that's what I did. I was like, wow. Of course, like I said, this is somebody big and someone I actually looked up to. And like I said, I know you the person, not somebody small, not on the come up, a vet. And it's like, I got dreams and aspirations. So these people I really look up to, I really want to work with you. So it's kind of heartbreaking, but you let it roll off your back. You talk about it with your mother or whoever it is, that positive support system you have. Because when I tell her, it's okay, there's gonna be people who not only think that you're good, but they're gonna value you. They're gonna and give you that. Because like I said, don't look for it on the internet. Don't post no picture. Talk, oh, I can't believe it. Oh, you gotta find your niche, find your people, and then consume that love and that good energy. I pray. So then I give it to
You're
God
a
and we
God-fearing woman.
talking. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's
Which
beautiful.
it's happened more over the last few years. I'm just being transparent. The more that I felt like I needed him with this whole
Did anything
journey, this
happen? Did
whole
anything go down? Of course, your journey, but did anything happen? Like tragic events? Anything happen recently? Just the last
I
few years?
mean, my
I'm
yeah,
new.
my grandmother.
We knew.
Yeah, my grandmother, my mother's mom. So I was raised by my mom and my mother's mom. So my mom's personality. You see how she supports me. So her mother, that was my other person. It was just us three in the house. So she's like, she played a big role in my life, and she got cancer. So I remember just dealing with that journey, and I was trying to be an artist, so I wasn't really trying to be home. And she was like really getting bad, and just being like, Lord, like I want her to see me when I get my Grammy. I want her to see she was a part of all of this, who I am. She's actually healed now, but it was looking real bad. And the thing that was ironic was
And
that
God
she
did it.
lost, yeah, she lost her voice completely because she had throat cancer. So for me to be a singer, and my grandma, I can't even, when I pick up the phone, she has a whisper, and they said she will never talk again. And I have this big voice. I was like, I never thought about what I would do if I didn't have a voice. Of course, I'm a singer, but like we take talking for granted.
Yeah, you
And
just
then one day she just had a voice. It was actually on Mother's Day. I called her and she actually had her voice. She was like,
you
hello.
got
And
a
it just
voice
came
back.
back out of nowhere.
She got it back.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
that's beautiful stories. I'm glad she
She
got it.
has it now. Yeah.
But you posed a very
Mm-hmm.
powerful question. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to tell growing up, I was a fighter too before this. I was a boxing, mixed martial arts fighter champion and all that. And then I got in trouble. But I tell people, man, I had this kid in the neighborhood, he was my rival. I used to bust his ass in all the sports.
Uh-huh.
Clean him up. And then, I got to deal with his girl, and me and her was friends, but life happened. We grow older now. But he got in an accident and he was kind of like this. And he can't use his hands. But he wanted to fight me. But he ended up being friends with my circle of friends while I was at prison. So I didn't want to beat him up because it was a conflict of interest. Like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a little bit more leeway. But
Yeah.
I cared and love. I hug him, I see him, and I try to show love, because I just think about, what if I'm a fighter at heart. What if I didn't
Yeah.
have my
Have your
hands?
hands.
I would want to die. So you talking about your voice. So it's like, if you are singing, that's who you are. We ain't talking about people playing.
Yeah.
This is who you are. This is who you feel. And they take that away. Then what is life worth at that time? So if I was him, then when I see him, I'd love, yo, what up? And it's
Right.
like, yo, why? That was your rival. It's like, yo, because I consider myself as a warrior. And if he was a warrior, I feel bad that he don't have his damn hands, man. And I don't know what I would do without his hands. Never mind the drama and all that. He takes it, he feels some type of way about it. He feels,
Yeah, I bet.
but to me, it's genuine. Like, yo, bro, what's good? And we got mutual circles, but we're not friends. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So, but anyways, long story short, but I appreciate that moment, man. And that's
Yeah.
how I feel. And that's being real. So let's get back. Give me your
Mm-hmm.
top five. I need top five R&B.
R&B. I'm
And
going with Jack.
you here now, you got to state your claim. What's your top five? Who you look up to? What's inspired? Let's get into it.
Okay, so singers, we doing Jasmine Sullivan, Tank. Jasmine Sullivan, Tank. I'll put her in there. I like Chris Brown, and my fifth is
Chris Brown.
going. Yeah, Chris
So
Brown got
hold on, you got
in.
Jasmine Avant.
Jasmine Tank, not Avant.
Jasmine Tank. Oh, yeah, Tank. That damn. See, Tank and Avant the same. I don't know why. Whatever. Jasmine Tank.
Jasmine Tank.
And then you went Chris Brown.
I say Chris Brown, her.
Her.
Chris
That's
Brown
new.
and her.
New. That's new. All right.
And my fifth,
You got history. You got history on your
Whitney
side.
Houston. Carey, I like Mariah Carey too. I'm a huge Mariah Carey fan since I was a kid. I love Jennifer Lopez, but I got to be cautious because I love J-Lo. I love J-Lo in her essence, but I know J-Lo's not a crazy vocalist. But J-Lo is J-Lo. I mean, there's more to J-Lo than
star power with star power.
She got it. She has other stuff I can't do. You get what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes when people ask me my top five because of my genre, my voice, I give them. You know what I'm saying? People with the goods, but yeah.
So give me some run-ins you have with the industry. I just gotta cover the bases. You're in the industry, you're going through meetings. Just tell me a little bit. Is there anybody you working with, or is there anybody you talking to on the collab on the positive side? Not negative.
Collab. Yeah, so I've collabed with Big Pun's son, Chris Rivers. That was cool because I'm Puerto Rican and love Big Pun. I haven't done anything.
I just did an interview with Cuban Links. So that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I just did that 2 seconds ago.
I've done a lot of so there's a girl I'm working with now. I'm songwriting for artists right now. So I've songwritten for a couple artists who are like on the rise themselves, who have features with people and are doing dope things. But honestly, I have not had not even industry features, but a lot of features, period, on my own.
I'm just talking about mingling, conversation.
Oh, mingling.
Things you're doing. I see you got interviews with a lot of different things. You're talking to people, you're mingling. Just experience, man. You're growing.
I got you.
You're a woman right now.
Yeah.
And the interview I seen was a few years old. I was about 4 or 5 years old. So that's the one I watch.
I recently had the opportunity to connect with Jamie Foxx.
I love Jamie.
It was great. It was great. It's always nice when you meet people and they actually live up to, the vibe that they give off. Mm-hmm. So, and shout out to him. He just won an Oscar, and under his caption, he was like, Texas boy ain't never gonna change. And that's the vibe I got. So that was comforting. He takes care of his family, his mom, nieces and nephews, got manners, and just act like good. You could connect. You almost forget that they, he's as big as he is now. So that's awesome. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when I was getting younger in New York, the Claremont twins, they've showed me a lot of love. Tank follows me from my Staples Center when I performed at the Staples Center the first time we connected, and I love Tank, and I know that he only gonna follow people he really think can sing. So when he followed me, and just for him to be in the building when I performed, that was dope. But yeah, there's a lot of people I've brushed shoulders with. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I've opened up.
You feel about
no, that's okay.
Now that it's from traditional music, because you're a vocalist, and you want to be able to exercise the limit. And nowadays, people are getting by without even showing, vocal range. And how do you feel about that? The industry way.
I hate it. I hate it here.
Right.
I hate it here. I'm like, that's my whole thing. I mean, people have asked me recently. I sat down with this blog or whatever in LA, and they asked me, about my brand, and I'm like, listen, I'm trying to bring back that idea that we don't have to do some of the things that women are doing right now. Because it is frustrating. I really can sing. I really can songwrite. Not only that, I have great work ethic. I get the job done past people's expectation most of the time, because this is what I love to do. And you have people who don't even want to get up before 10 a.m. who are getting all the opportunities. Doors are opening for them. No, but that's
no,
fine.
I'm joking.
That's fine.
I'm up all night. I'm joking.
Yeah, it's a reference. You know what I mean? Like people who don't even want it as much, but because they are willing to take their clothes off or sleep with you or just give that content that is raunchy or in right now, even if they, right now, people not even writing their own music. It's all types of crazy stuff. So
how do you feel
I really don't like it.
Because I see your songs, and you had a video, Big Joke, and we want, people want to know why you did a cartoon version of that.
So we did a cartoon version because unfortunately I released that song April 1st. And if anybody remembers last year, that was the peak of COVID. That's literally the month that it hit. So I could no longer do all the plans that we had to do. We was all afraid to link up. The studios we had were closed. The video, excuse me. Sorry, somebody calling me. The video ideas, everyone was afraid. We don't know who got COVID. And then people in my team, like not in my team, but people I was working with on that song, because that's the first song that I actually worked with a lot of other songwriters. Not a lot, but like two other ones. Usually it's just me and my producer. This was the first time that we kind of like came together, was in the studio, we writing for Brittany Crush, right? So they were getting COVID and then they were moving out of LA. Two of them don't live here anymore. So I was like, gosh. And then, as an artist, you kind of have a limit that you got to put out a video before. You might as well not put the video out. I'm not going to put it out right now. Now things are opening up, and that's why I was able to do window well. But I'm not going to leave that without no video. So somebody was like, yo, you should do a virtual video. Like, people are doing these really innovative virtual shows and virtual everything. They're going to understand it's COVID. And then you could look back and be like, I was still working. Instead of stopping the project, just keep rolling with the punches. You have other stuff in the vault. The doors are going to open up and you'll be fine. So thank God it was only one video like that. Sometimes I think we might redo it. I don't know, but I like window way more, and I got other fire in the vault. So just keep it rolling.
What's up with them holiday e-cards? What's up with that?
So that's something that I do. We just opening up submissions probably this week for Mother's Day, but every holiday, basically people can hire me to make like a personalized greeting card where I'll sing whatever song it is that, them and their husband, their song, or a song, them and their mother that, near and dear to their heart. And it's like a little virtual greeting card. It's like, hi, it's Brittany Crush, your son Nathaniel wanted you to know he loves you, he adores you, and then my guitarist will start playing and we'll start, singing.
You come up with lyrics for that?
Well, usually people have song. People usually I just talk in the beginning, but people have songs that they want. So they'll be like, hey, can you do Anita Baker's Sweet Love? That's a big one.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
So I do a song that's memorable between you and somebody. Usually it's a lot of couples, but sometimes family members do it. Like, can you sing Dance with My Father again and send it to my dad? So it's a nice way that maybe you can't afford me to be like in your living room singing for you, but you still get some type of personalized. And then when I make it, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because you'll have something like, Brittany Crush. One time she sang to my dad. Remember that?
I ain't gonna make it. That's why we doing this, man. I'm old. I've been through a whole lot of stuff, and this is my journey right now. I'm so confident this is happening. So this is going down. So it's a beautiful thing. And I got like two more questions. I know you got shit.
Let's do it.
Listen, so as a childhood in Connecticut, you grew up in Connecticut? I just want you to love the Connecticut because this is the beginning for me too. So show the love to Connecticut. I don't want you to leave without doing that.
I'm giving love to Connecticut, but I'm specifically giving love to my city of Hartford because Connecticut, it's all over the place, but Hartford. Yeah.
Shout out to Hartford. Shout out to
Hartford.
Shout out to the people over there. I went out there, had a few fights, but I don't know nothing about Connecticut. I know nothing about except for what I hear on the news when something crazy happens. I go gamble. Mm-hmm. So how was it back then as a child? How was it growing up? How did you grow up?
I grew up in a low income neighborhood. I grew up okay. I'm not gonna lie. So my inside my house was very balanced, very supportive. But outside, I can't play outside.
Did y'all have money? Was it regular shit? Was it
no? I lived in the ghetto. So
put it out there.
I remember going down the steps we lived on the top floor, and my mom being like, don't look because the house that was right in back of us, people were shooting up. So coming down the steps, you just watching people shoot up. So I would keep my head down. But like I said, my inside of my house, my mom and my grandma were so protective and read this book and you're going to college. But I knew when I opened the door where we were, but I knew I had to get out. They always told me that.
All right, so we got another question. I know that, you know what I'm saying? I know you got the serious mode on, but we're very unserious over here. And I got one last question I got to ask. This is HighlyDishFunctional. I got to ask. So, how is Brittany Cruz in the bedroom?
Oh.
Second question. That's pretty
Somebody
crazy.
gotta cut me a
I
check
got
to
nervous.
answer
I
that.
got nervous. What kind of woman is
You will
Brittany
never
Crush
know.
in the bedroom? You never know.
They will never
Hold on, hold on.
know.
Yeah, I gotta know. I gotta know. I don't want to know everything, but I want to know: are you reserved? Do you believe in pleasing? Like, let's lose cliche stuff. I know you got your image. I ain't trying to bash it. Let's get the cliche as a woman. As a woman, how is it with your man? Are you dedicated? Do you believe? Because I heard you in the other interview, you said you don't know how to be the woman that what I'm saying bows down to a man. So
Right.
that's why I gotta ask. I gotta get intel. I gotta believe we're gonna edit all this stuff. So I'm messing up. We fuck it up. It is. I'm fucking up. I tell you, I was scared that you didn't want to do it. It wasn't the repost. I put this story up, and when you didn't check in, I was like, "Oh my god, she doesn't want to do it."
No, because when you don't follow somebody, it goes in that other inbox, and then when I went in the other inbox, it was gone. I was like, "What is this?"
Yo, all right, yeah, because I was like, "This she doesn't want to do it, man." I didn't know whether I should do it or whatever.
No, yeah,
Because I just started, and I was so happy to do it, and then I didn't hear from you. I was like, "All right, she doesn't want to do it." You know what I'm saying?
No. So this weekend, yeah, I went to Dallas with my sister. My sister lives in Texas, so I was turned up.
Oh,
So
you got siblings?
Yes, I'm one of. I have 8 siblings overall.
Pops and
So, I'm the only one from both of them, but I'm one of 6 on my dad's, one of 4 on my mom's.
Shout out to Dad. Sounds like.
Yep.
Get in touch with you, man. We got to talk about it. I'm putting this.
Played football. He played football. He boxed too. He didn't go because things, life. But he played football. He was a football star, and he was a boxer. Thinking about it when he said that.
Oh, you got to change that. You got to identify with him. All right, so we play football and box that then. We're gonna tie it in. Watch this.
Well, he boxed in the military, in the army. So he was a boxer in the military.
I did the research, man. I'm boxing.
Yeah.
3 times.
He was a boxer in the military, in the army, and for football, he just played high school football. He got scholarships, but he didn't take it. He went to the army instead.
Shout out to the real. They told me I would have been the best sergeant in the army.
See, he ended up being a sergeant. You probably would have been.
Yeah, I probably would have been. My friend did. We used to look alike when we was kids. He went, and I went to prison, and he had a good life. So maybe I should have.
But you could still have a good life. Yep.
My life is great. I'm not in the hood.
See?
I'm great right now. We're not talking about that. This is the past.
Yeah.
I'm older now. I'm doing this, and life has evolved from then. So this is nothing present, but we can't ignore the past. It's about telling stories. Like when
shout out to the real, highly dysfunctional. Shout out to the real.
We're gonna put this thing together. We're gonna make it work.
Yes.
I love you. I really want you to sing, but I didn't want to insult you. I really wanted to hear something.
What you like? We're gonna do. If I ain't got something, I've got you. If I ain't got something, I don't give a damn, 'cause I've got it with you. I don't know much about algebra, but I know that 1 + 1 = 2. And it's me and you. That's all we'll have when the world is through. 'Cause baby, we ain't got nothing without love.
Oh man, you blessed me. You blessed me. I didn't expect that. That was so wonderful. Oh, you made my whole night better. I'm gonna have great sex tonight. One last time, because I don't got to edit this part for the clip. Say shout out to the real, highly dysfunctional.
Shout out to the real, highly dysfunctional.
Your man Smash Evans have been truly highly dysfunctional. Brittany Crush.
Baby, when you make it home, yeah. Impossibilities.
Impossible. All right, you can't do that.
Impossibility. I never forced you for what it's worth. You should have told me, 'cause finding out just hurts.
Let me do that again.